This video is sponsored by Squarespace.
The level of excitement I have today for this shoot is truly unprecedented. I've had this concept in mind for months. I want to shoot this series of photos for our newly renovated bathroom in our house, and I had the vision to shoot them in black and white, okay? It's because they're going in the bathroom, we're shooting in a bathtub in this beautiful space in Mint Room, but because this room has such beautiful tones to it, I'm interested to see whether these photos are going to look better in black and white or whether they're going to look better in color. And then we're gonna ask some of my friends to see what they think as well. So without further ado, let's shoot. I'm so excited.
When I started shooting photos, everything I edited was either super saturated or black and white. As my skills evolved and my tastes refined, I found more purposeful and more tasteful ways to color my photos. And surprise, surprise, saturating the crap out of my photos didn't look good, and sometimes black and white wasn't the best stylistic choice for that particular photo. If you're watching this, chances are you've run into a similar issue. When do you make a photo black and white over color? Why, when we were given the option of shooting video and photos in color, were creatives still selectively choosing to shoot in black and white? Black and white often conveys an even more emotive and powerful effect to a photo. The simplicity of removing the color almost removes distractions and allows you to truly focus on what feeling the photo is expressing through the composition and lighting. When used correctly, it can be the more effective option. However, the same goes for color. What are you photographing at the end of the day? Is the color the focal point of the photo? Is it what's helping to frame the subject and make the composition more eye-catching? A photo of a sunset, for example, will absolutely not have the same impact in black and white. You're missing all the warmth of the photo. Something architectural with high contrast and high tonal range would work well in black and white. Overall, I do believe that photos with a wide dynamic range of shades does look better in black and white. It can be harder to see the detail in a photo if it has a narrow range of tonal shades. And again, there is a caveat. You can make use of this as the artistic strategy for the photo, like I've done here. This shoot I've been planning for quite some time, and I've always envisioned these photos in black and white. With that said, look at this room. The nude tones, flowers, and candles are stunning. To showcase this texture, I think color is really gonna make them come to life. So, for science, let's ask some other photographers their opinion on these photos and see where the consensus lies.
You enjoying this video? Cool. Couple things I'm gonna ask you to do then. 1, maybe subscribe to my channel. 2, listen to me talk about Squarespace for a minute. Thanks. I used Squarespace to make my website. I legitimately did, even before they paid me to do this ad. The template I chose was clean and stylish, and I literally built it myself. I really struggle with design, but Squarespace made it super easy for me to showcase my portfolio beautifully. The platform is super easy for me to customize, update regularly, and I can get analytics about the purchases made on my digital products through my online store. And I run my own business, so I don't have time to learn a whole new platform. All right, so head over to Squarespace for a free trial, and when you're ready to launch, you can use this code right here to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Thanks, Squarespace. Now back to the video.
Okay, Lizzie just texted me and asked me to look at a set of photos and react to them and say which one I prefer and why.
I know already that most of my answers are probably going to be towards color, but let's see.
Just a disclaimer, I am a predominantly color photographer, so I feel like I'm a bit biased towards color.
So we're starting with the first photo here in black and white, and this is a wide, and it looks so good. I am going to say I like the color, and specifically Lizzie's edit here, this like pastel type of like sepia-ish, but like lots of raw color. Looks so good.
The first one, the bathtub photo, 100% color for me. I think the tonal changes in between the image, the fact that it's color matching, you have the subtle changes and different hues. I think it's so beautiful.
I prefer the feeling of the color. I think it looks a lot softer and warmer and gives the cozy feeling to it.
Okay, I think for this one, I like the color one better because all of the tones in the images are kind of monochromatic. Is that the right word? Define monochromatic. Toes in the tub, black and white versus color. See, okay, now I know this is a set, so I'm like color, because if the first one I like the color, then the rest of the set should probably be color, but I like the black and white here because I think the shadows look more intense.
However, for the other shots, like for example the legs, the close-up of the hands, the back, I feel like black and white is almost more beneficial because you have that detail shot. The black and white really brings out the details of the legs.
Ooh, this is a tough one. I imagine this photo printed and I go, it looks better black and white, but it looks good. I would say equal in this scenario, but black and white's my, like, I'm leaning a little black and white. That's the action there.
I, again, will have to go with color. It just looks so soft and beautiful. Picture number 3 is interesting because the color grading here looks slightly different. It's very cool. So I think this might be the only image where I do prefer the black and white on here, just because I don't really love the cool tones in this image particularly.
This is like easy for me. This is black and white, looks way better in black and white. High art, fashion, capturing the moment. You know, it's a cool moment in color, but personally, the negative space that we're seeing on the left side of this image just like is more aesthetically pleasing than when it's in color. And I think the color draws my eyes away from the hands, whereas in black and white, my attention's brought back to the hands, and I think that's important.
I prefer the black and white for this one because I think it looks more intentional and abstract in black and white. And also I kind of missed the water detail on the color one, and I like the water detail better on the black and white. Oh God, Lizzie, she's so talented, I can't.
When it comes to the portrait, the face shot, I again think the color is a better choice just because I love how the skin look, I love the softness of the image, how the model is posed. I think it all benefits each other in terms of color.
Color for this one personally. And I think it's because we're actually seeing the person. It's like not as abstract as the other photos that we've had.
Color versus black and white. Now come on. How am I supposed to decide? Black and white or color? Okay, I think I like the color one. But probably, I think I'm picking color because I'm picturing these as a nice toasty set. I like the color. The warmth, there's something about the warmth. Still kind of monochromatic. Is that even the right word? Monotone, monochromatic, one color or hue. I prefer the black and white for this one because of the what kind of white space that's kind of going on up here in the composition. I think that the black and white focuses your eye more on the model's body and hair and pose, whereas the color one is still beautiful, but I think the black and white it looks a little bit more artsy.
I think I'm gonna go color again. Just looks a lot softer and more pleasing to me personally.
The back black and white image adds a bit more details. You can see the water drops on her back a bit better, and it just looks really, really beautiful. So I definitely love that.
It's another tough one. Black and white, yeah.
This one is hard. I kind of like the way the black and white looks here. It looks very ghostly and mysterious, like it gives mysterious vibes. No, I'm gonna go with color on the last one. So overall, I preferred color, of course.
The last photo, however, I have to say, I do absolutely love the black and white. I think the black and white is so gorgeous. It gives it that vintage analog camera kind of look that I really, really like.
And black and white is definitely the winner here in terms of the emotion. I think the interesting thing about black and white photography specifically is that color is so impactful. It really can draw your eye everywhere, but with black and white, it's all about the shadows and the light and the luminance. It's not about color, it's specifically the luminance and where that draws your eye.
Gosh, that was really tough. I really like both of them. I'm a sucker for black and white images, but I really like the warm tones, and I did find between some of the images that were processed in color with a more cooler tone versus a warmer tone, I definitely found myself picking the black and white over the cooler tone processing, but kind of leaning towards the warmer tones over the black and white for the other one. So killer job as always. Beautiful pictures, Lizzie.
At the end of the day, it's a stylistic choice for you as the photographer, and that's art after all.
Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please give it a like down below. Subscribe if you're not already, and hit the notification bell to get notified for all future videos. It really, really, really does help support this channel and people like Chantal behind the camera and all of our little team that helps make these videos. And if you guys want to see any other photo challenges or little different styles of photography, then please drop it low in the comments and let me know. And I'll see you guys in the next one.